Good afternoon and welcome to our lesson today, where we shall continue with what we call the straight down stroke. Straight down strokes. Okay, so remember, we say in shorthand we've got 24 consonants. 24 consonants, we've got 12 vowels, and we've got what we call the diphthongs. We've got 4 diphthongs. So what happens? We also said that in shorthand is phonetic, which means we capture the sounds. We also said that in shorthand, if a sound is heavy, the outline is written darker, whereas if the sound is lighter, it means that the outline is light. Okay, so we were able to identify the 6 consonants, the first 6 consonants in shorthand, and we said the first 6 consonants is P, B, T, D, Ch, and J. So those are the first 6 consonants, and we say P is written lightly. Yeah, P, P, P. B is heavy, B, 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 B. And remember we said when you make a mistake in shorthand, you circle. For example, if this B was supposed to be on the line and it extends, you circle and you write it correctly. Okay? P, then we say T, 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 T. And remember we also said in shorthand, it is good for you to be able to memorize them. So how do you memorize them? You memorize them when as you drill them, make sure you also say them. Okay? So when you're drilling an outline like D, you write D, 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 D. Say it either from your heart, slowly. D, 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 D. Okay? Then we've got Che, Che, Che. Yeah, which comes like that. Che, 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 che. And we've got J. So J is heavy. So J, 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 J. So remember that's it's a wrong outline. So now we are able to circle it and you write it correctly. Now, those are the first 6 consonants in shorthand. We also mentioned about the position, where we said if an outline comes above the line, it means that it is first place. Yeah. If it comes on the line, it means it is second place or second position. If it goes through the line, it means it is a third place or it's a third position. So we've got 3 positions. We've got the first place, second place, and third position. Okay? And we also say that in the first 3 units, that is unit 1, 2, 3, the first 3 units, we are going to ensure that all the outlines that we write are on second position. So they are on second place. Okay? Yeah? So up to that point, I hope I'm very clear. So what I would want you to do, there's something we have called, there's something we call the reading and writing practice. Now, reading and writing practice, what I would expect you to do is to go into that unit, to go into that assignment when you go into that assignment, I want you to ensure that you are able to do the assignment correctly. Remember, the assignment that I gave you last time, I wanted you to drill those 6 consonants, 10 lines of each. Now, on the reading and practice, what I would want you to do is to make sure that, for example, okay, you've got something like number 1, yeah? So number 1, you come and drill P, P. So that's P, P. Then there is B, B. There is P, B, P, B. You see it? One is lighter and the other one is heavy. So P, B, P, B. Okay? Then you go to number 2. So number 2 is T, T, D, D. Then T, D, T, D, T, D. Now what happens is, as you drill, it's not able to fill in the complete line. So you're supposed to ensure that it reaches up to the margin of that page. So don't leave it in the middle. Continue drilling it until, so you come from here, so it goes to T, 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 D, D, T, D, T, D, T, D. Then you start again, T, T, and don't separate, don't put space in between. So make sure they are very close to each other. Don't space them. So you come back and write T, T, D, D, T, D, T, D, T, D. Yeah, so make sure they're very close to each other. Okay, so out of this, I want you to drill each outline or each line 5 times of each. Okay, yeah, so we'll go to the next part where we say in shorthand we join consonant. Remember, we say we've got first 6 consonants in shorthand are P, B, T, D, and J. Okay, so we also say that we join consonant. So joining consonant means you can join consonant P to B, yeah, so that it can give a certain sound, yeah. P, B, T, D, J, J. So you can join consonants. So we say consonants are normally joined without lifting the pencil, okay, as in longhand. So what happens is you begin the second where the first ends and write each stroke in its proper direction. So in this unit, we are going to start writing in the second position. Remember, the second position we said the outline is on the or it touches the line. So the first stroke in each outline will rest on the line. Okay? So when we join consonant, they're telling us you don't lift the pencil. For example, P, Che, P and Che. Okay, so when you're drilling P and Che, you write P, which will touch on the line, and the Che, which comes on the other side. So they're telling us when you're drilling, don't lift the pencil P, Che. Yeah, don't drill P, then leave it there, and then join the Che. No, you're supposed to drill without lifting the pencil. So for example, B, T, B, and then T, okay? Then we have T, P, so you don't lift the pencil. We've got P, B, Yeah, we've got PB. We also have got J and D. JD. Yeah, JD. We've got BB. So you don't lift the pencil when you're joining the consonants. Okay, so remember we've spoken about different concepts. We've mentioned about the position of outlines, so where we say we've got first position, second position, and third position. We've also mentioned about the joining of consonants, where we've said you join consonant without lifting the pencil. Okay, so it has to flow. So I also want you to go to reading practice 2. Now in reading practice 2, just as I had said in reading practice 1, if the outline ends in the middle, you continue. So for example, in reading practice 1, the BD, yeah, so let's say BD, DB, JD, and BJ, it ends there. So what happens? You start again. So you write BD, DB, JD, and BJ. So you start again until the end of that line. So I want you to drill that also 5 times. Yeah, so 5 times of each. Now remember, we say even when you're doing English, when you're in high school or when you're pursuing any English lesson, yeah, what makes a word, yeah, is the inclusion of vowels. So vowels are very important because vowels are the ones that we use to make words. So when we have our vowel, remember we have 5 vowels in English: the R, A, E, O, U. But in shorthand, we said we had 12 vowels. Now these 12 vowels are determined by the sounds, the different sounds that we get to hear. Remember, that's what we say in shorthand. We constitute, or what makes the outline, or what determines how an outline is written, is the sound. So we've got 12 vowels. Now 12 vowels, these 12 vowels in shorthand, okay, so we don't have the R, A, E, O, we've got different vowels. Now that depends with the sound that we get to hear. So we say in shorthand, vowels are represented by dots and dashes, which are written close to the consonant strokes. So when a vowel comes before a consonant, it is placed before, and when it comes after, it is placed after the stroke. So always write the consonant stroke first, and then you place the vowel sign. Yeah, so the first upward or down stroke takes the position of the first vowel, second. So basically, they are telling us that in shorthand, vowels, the sound of any vowel. For example, pay, A, that vowel A is represented either by a dot, yeah, or a dash. And we say this dot or dash comes next to the outline, and if the vowel comes before, it is written before. If it comes after, for example, a word like ape, but pay. So the pay, the vowel comes after, but for ape, it comes before. So we've got the first vowel, which we call a long vowel A. Why do we call it a long vowel A? Is because of the sound, and this vowel is represented by a heavy dot and is written in second place. Yeah, so for words like pay, you see A, it's a long A, pay. Yeah, we've got a word like paid, paid. So the dot is heavy. It is represented by a heavy dot and is written on second place, meaning that the outline touches the line. Okay, we've got a word like day. Yeah, we've got dates. Sorry, dates. Yeah, we've got age, we've got a, and remember, in shorthand, when you're drilling the vowels, don't put the vowels before the outline. So you need to drill the outline and you indicate it with the vowel. So babe, yeah, we've got bait, etc. So we've got the first vowel in shorthand, which is represented by a heavy dot and is written in second place to represent the A. Okay, so we've got reading practice 3. Now reading practice 3, I want you to go to those outline. Yeah, so when you're drilling this, you come to the edge. So let's say this is your margin, yeah, for your book. Okay, so write the word. You said, remember you said we should always have an imaginary book on our blackboard. So that's our book. So you come here at the end. So for reading practice, reading and writing practice 3, so you drill those particular outlines. For example, that is pay, day, and J. So you're gonna write pay, day, and J. So you drill them, you drill each outline on its own. So for example, pay, so you drill pay, 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 pay 5 times each. Okay, that is the assignment I wanted to give you on that. So I have taught you about the position. We've been able to identify the first 6 consonants in shorthand, which are P, B, T, D, J, and J. Then we've also mentioned about the position of outline, where we said outlines are written on first position. That means the outline is above the line. Second position, it means the outline touches the line. Third position means the outline goes through the line. We've also been able to mention about joining of consonants, where we say we join consonants without lifting the pencil. Yeah, it's supposed to be a continuation. Then we've also mentioned about the first vowel, which is a long vowel A, which is represented by a heavy dot. Remember we said vowels are represented by either dots or dashes. Okay, so with that few remarks, I've given you the assignment. So I want you to send me, this is now for the new group. There's somebody called Phoebe Asio. Yeah, so this is your assignment. So I want you to send me this assignment on WhatsApp. Let me see what you're doing so far. Otherwise, I wish you